Good evening and welcome to the IWAA New South Wales Middle East Episode. My name is Marwa.
And my name is Kamal. We would like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land which we meet this evening.
Okay, so before we commence our night, please be advised the ladies and men's restrooms are to our right and the exits are also towards our right. In the event of an emergency, please do not use the lift. The beautiful staff of IWAA and the staff of the Sydney City View staff will be able to assist you to exit the building safely.
Please join us welcoming the IWAA New South Wales Manager, Sue Hamdoush.
Thank you. Good evening, distinguished guests, community leaders, network partners, IWAA clients, parents and staff. My name is Sue Hamdoush, I'm the New South Wales Manager. I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land, elders past, present and emerging, and extend that acknowledgement to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. Thank you for joining us for a special event this evening. Eid and Easter, both two of the most important religious celebrations across the Muslim and Christian communities. While traditions and religious rituals vary among denominations across the globe, we all observe these holidays through fasting and prayer. These holidays are also a reminder for us to be grateful for what we have, as well as to help the less fortunate. Tonight we have an exciting lineup of a couple of speakers and some performances, and some delicious food by City View Reception. We're glad to have you all with us. To commence our evening, please join me in welcoming Corinne for the acknowledgement of country.
Warumi and good evening everyone. My name is Karina Leverett and I'm a very proud Warumi woman based around the Foster Tuncurry area. I was born and raised on Durrag land and I want to show my respect to the ancestors of this land for building my knowledge whilst living away from my connected country. My mother was born and raised on an Aboriginal mission in Foster on Warumi country, a place where everybody on the block is your family. My mother has really light skin and looked exactly like her father, though she didn't know him or who he was or where he was. Growing up was hard for her as she didn't have the same skin colour as her mum, brother and most of her cousins. Not only that, the government kept sending all these people out to find her and a few of the other lighter skinned cousins, my aunties and my uncles. My own mother and fellow cousins were made to go and hide in the bush or swamp water so they weren't taken away from their families, their mob. Sometimes even rubbing mud on themselves so they looked a little bit darker, just in case they were found. Going to the local swimming pool was even a struggle for Aboriginal people as they were considered dirty. So simple life tasks were a struggle and still are for my people, and I wish to change that. A lot of people think that these kind of things happened many, many years ago, but they didn't. Only in 1967 Aboriginal people weren't considered flora and fauna anymore. As my mother was born in 1962 and only is currently 60 years old, these things are very fresh to my people. She went on to be the first person in our mob to graduate high school. Not only that, she went to college and she started teaching where she met my father, and they made the decision to raise us kids down in Sydney and make a better life for ourselves. I dedicate a lot of my work and the woman I am to her. She's a very quiet, humble lady who has no idea the changes she has made for breaking the chain. For me, growing up away from mob gave me identity issues as my parents made that decision for me. I was badly bullied in high school for being Aboriginal as I went to a typically Australian high school where 90% of the students were Caucasian. I get horrible things said to me on a daily basis and I no longer wanted to tell anyone my background. So I was very depressed and Mum ended up sending me back to Foster to live with my elders and appreciate my culture again. A little thing called walkabouts. Going back home for me is an overwhelming and spiritual connection. To this day, whenever I'm sad, lost, country builds back my spirit every single time. I'm sure all of you have that place that really feels like home. I came back to Sydney stronger and prouder than ever, and I decided to step up and actually promote my culture and the love I have for it instead of hiding it. I also went on to university and now teach Aboriginal culture in many schools. I love seeing young people learn and build knowledge, then go pass our stories on. Always remember that Aboriginal people walked this land for thousands of years, much longer than any other culture in the world. How special is it? I want to share with you how important an acknowledgement to country or a welcome to country is for our people. Today, I will do an acknowledgement to country as I am on the land that is not Warramah, it's Darug land. Welcome to countries are done by elders or people from that local land. Tonight I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Darug people, and any elders past, present and emerging, or any Aboriginal people here today. They're the keepers of our knowledge, our elders, so we've got to pass their stories on and keep this spirit alive. So thank you for being here tonight and thank you for having me. So I'm now going to keep on the stage and I'm actually just going to do a little performance for you guys. I'm going to start off with a little dance by the famous Yoku Hindu Gaku. But it's very special dance to me. It's my Oka dance, so it's a spiritual connection for me and my land, and it tells a story of us women and when we're putting on our Oka for our ceremonies, and then we're going into that dreamy zone. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will follow it with a singing song. So thank you. So that's, yeah, ochre is a type of rock that we find on paint themselves up for ceremony, for our cake paintings and stuff. And it's really actually quite funny that we have a lot of stencil handprints on our caves, and they're actually eating them, having the ochre mixing with the water, putting it in your mouth and going. So then they move their hand away and there's a nice little thing there. So it's actually, yeah, it's very, very important to us for healing, for connection, and all of the above. So I'm just going to have a quick drink of water and then so the song I wanted to is called Nara Vera Farah. And this song's actually from the Sapphires movie. I love to chuck this one out. It's actually Torres Strait Islanders saying with Jessica Malboy, so hope you guys enjoy. I'm just going to get my breath back a bit. Morocco Moses Kenyan Wala Wala Yapu Yapu Narabura Fera Yamanayala Narabura Fera Yamanayala Narabura Fera Yamanayala Narabura Fera Yamana Bura Fera Yamana Bura Fera Yamanayala Hinu Bekure Su Naru Bukana Yamana Narabura Fera Nana Bura Fera Yamanaya Naya Nana Bura Fera Yamanaya Naya Nana Bura Fera Yamana Bura Fera Yamanaya Naya Nana Bura Fera Nana Bura Fera Yamanaya Naya Bura Fera Yamana Bura Naya Naya. Thank you.
Thank you, Karina. IWAA was established in 1990 by the founder and CEO, Ms. Khalila Abdul Salam. We received our first settlement by aged care and disability funding between 1996 and 1998. Today, IWAA has offices in Brisbane, Gold Coast, the north side of Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney and Adelaide. We pride ourselves on offering services in aged care, NDIS, settlement services and other small community development projects nationally. We currently have over 600 staff who speak over 50 languages. Our services are culturally, religious and gender specific. We also run a salam. It is the first safe house for multicultural women, funded by IWAA. I'm a proud advocate of the organisation that I've worked for the last 5 years, but I want you to join me welcoming the founder and CEO, the woman who started it all, Mrs. Khalila Abdul Salam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear friend, first I have to acknowledge the traditional owner of the land which we stand in today. I'm very, very, very proud of a woman. When Karina was talking about her experience as a native country, I just recall that this is similar experience. Most of the women from different countries, but maybe like it's just I recall when I came to Australia some years ago and experienced some discrimination, and I was depressed, and I thought about how to empower women, and this is the purpose for how we start this organization, to empower women because woman is, with all respect to all men around here, is the one who caring for the family. Woman is caring for the children, for elderly people, for people with disability. So empowering women is really important to keep the family together. Successful women happen because we support each other. So for the last 30 years since we start with a group to support each other, to empower women, to give great opportunity, to know what is our right in this country, to be part of this country. And every time I see women from different backgrounds and positions, I feel it's part of me successful. I'm really proud that the successful organization here and extending support in Sydney, when we start in Brisbane 30 plus years, we came here to fill gap. As New South Wales is bigger state, and Sydney is one of the biggest cities in Australia. Brisbane start to acknowledge the need for a specific culture and specific religion organization to support women. And we move to see that we also need to support women who are coming from Muslim country but they're not Muslim. So over the number of years we managed to support thousands of. We give them the support to go and move, to get experience, to go work with someone else. So I can see lots of successful stories of people working with us. At the moment, IWAA have more than 600 people. And so I was really wish to stay longer tomorrow to be with the team, but we are opening our new office in Boko. We have a successful story, and today is one of the successful stories to celebrate. And celebration has been that all of you, and I have to acknowledge every minute today, every one of you is VIB for me. I have to acknowledge the presence of Jihad. Thank you very much for coming today. And also thank you for everyone who, I'm not going to go through the names, they were all very important for us. And thank you, Sue, for the great night. And I have to acknowledge our President Mona Hawaii, who comes with me from Brisbane to support the organization as she always does. Thank you very much and have a nice evening.
As Auntie Galila said, it's important that we acknowledge each and every one of you who've come out today to join in this celebration. We had the newly appointed mayor here earlier. He had 15 minutes, but he still made it. So we'd like to acknowledge Mayor Gilena Loy and congratulate him on the newly appointed role. We're very well deserved. I'd like to welcome the Commander of Campsie Local Area Command for joining us as well. It's always a pleasure. The Officer of Lakemba, the Australian Service Union, who always comes out to support us, and the media, to mention Mr. Joseph Curry and Chagar Tadros and Mamdouh Sukaria and beautiful Silva Mesher, you know, with your support and coming out here and talking about what we do to your friends, that also helps us with our success. I'd like to call out Minister Janae Did to say congratulations on your newly appointed role, not as new, but new for us today. And we plan for him to wear an orange tie to match the flowers.
they caught me just as I was about to, I had a little bit of a half a spring roll, so if anyone takes photos and I have some pastry in my teeth, it's because of the spring rolls. I want to, of course, begin by acknowledging and traditionalising the land and pay my respects to what's past, present, and emerging. And I'm not sure if Corinne's still here, but I think it's really important that we acknowledge Australian history didn't start 220 years ago. It started more than 60,000 years ago and it still continues every day. I'm proud to be part of a government that's working towards a treaty, and I certainly will be supporting a voice to Parliament. We can't change history, but we can make things better if we make the right choices. And the way the Indigenous people have been treated in Australia has not been right. I don't normally wear an orange tie, but it's SES, we're celebrating SES today, and it's perfect that I've got this. It's also going to be a perfect present for my wife. No one tell her that it was given to me as a gift. I'm going to just take it home, I'll get rid of the card, and that'll be really good. So please don't anyone take a photo of me. But of course you will. I wasn't sure what I was going to say a few words. There's lots of people acknowledge, but I do want to say that in 2015, I met Galia, and I met Mona, and I met a few other people up in Brisbane. And ever since then, I've been watching the journey of IWAA, and I was really pleased when they came to Sydney, not because it's to create competition. We need to complement. There's never anything that should stop us from providing community services. And I think we need to get out of the mindset that sees people as saying, this is my space, this is somebody else's space. No matter what we do, if we all do it together, we're actually building a better community. And when I look around this room today, I look at the community leaders and the community elders in all their different parts. And people talk about community leadership pretty easily. And maybe I play a community leadership role because I wear a badge and I've got a title, but the truth is, every single one of you is just as much a leader, including the people who are talking, as I am. Every single person here is a leader. Because every single one of you leads in whatever role you play, whether it's in a community group, whether it's in a family group, whether it's in business, whether it's in media, whether it's in supporting others. From this idea that you've got to be elected to be a leader. We're all leaders. You make. And I've got the great privilege of being able to stand in Parliament and tell the stories about our community. Pretty special. What's special about tonight is this is not a Muslim event or a Christian event or a religious event. This is a community. It's for us to be together because we had a pretty special time about 2 months ago where all the major religions somehow combined together to celebrate really special and holy times. But every single person in this group reached out to another to support people in need. And whether it's IWAA or whether it's other community groups, and I can look around, and obviously we've got government organisations like the police, and I want to acknowledge Superintendent Nerity here, and there's so many different community organisations, and Multicultural Minister Steve Camper's advisors here as well. That's really fantastic. Steve would be here, except he's just had a grandchild yesterday. I mean, he didn't. His daughter did, but he's using it as an excuse. But no, 9 grandchildren. But as a real believer in multicultural, it's great to see him today. So you do a wonderful job. And there were some words that you had said, and words your sister Gully had said. And it's not about seeing people succeed. It's about seeing people succeed and maybe they don't get a chance. I've been really lucky in the last 4 weeks because I was sworn into a role that I never would have thought possible. Not when my mum and dad migrated to Australia. But this country gave me every opportunity. And I seized that opportunity. So yeah, sometimes things were tough and sometimes I was called a wog and sometimes I wasn't made to feel welcome. But that's just the way it is. We've got to deal with it. We don't let it get us down. We don't let it stop us. Because everything that we achieve serves to motivate and to inspire somebody else. And so when I think about the outstanding things that women are achieving, and I look around and I see women, particularly of diverse, multicultural backgrounds, leading organisations, in boardrooms, starting to get into Parliament, starting to be in leadership positions, I'm really proud for them. I don't care where they come from. what I care about is every single one of their successes tells another young girl, you can do it today. We see it with Lucia, with the Federation of Community Languages. We see the Galea with Sue. But I also want to point out to one of my colleagues that many of you may not know. When we were sworn into Parliament last week, we officially signed in, there was a lady called Karishma Kalyanda. And I have got an incredible soft spot for Karishma Kalyanda. Because the week before she rang me up, she's of Indian heritage. And she said, Jihad, I trust your opinion. I want to take my oath, or swearing in, wearing a traditional outfit. What do you think? And I said, I want you to wear it. Be proud of who you are, because you wearing that sends a message that you belong, that everybody belongs, and that we are all part of this great country, every single one of us. And the quicker we realise that, the quicker we pay value to everybody, the better we will be. So congratulations again to Kalia, to Sue, to the entire team, to all the community organisations. I'm privileged to be a Member of Parliament, and I'm ecstatic to be a Member of Parliament who represents this community, regardless of the ministry, regardless of the portfolio. It's always about this community. Thank you for every single thing that you do. Thank you for inspiring me to always be the best of myself. And thank you for allowing me to tell the magnificent stories of this beautiful community. Have a lovely evening, everybody.
So while we've got Auntie Galila out here, there was a few more acknowledgements that we wanted to recognise this evening, because so many organisations do so much for the space that we work in, but there's also small businesses that also contribute to the success of IWAA, the success of our community, and the success of our programs, whether they're aged care or NDIS or settlement services. As an NGO, you always receive, a few people receive an email from me asking for a letter of support, or asking for an email, or asking for some guidance. So I wanted to recognise a couple of people who always go over and beyond in supporting IWAA and providing us with those documents that we need, sometimes even at short notice. First of all, we would like to acknowledge Suhaila Funi. One of those successes that goes unseen. She's quiet, but she's there. Thank you for her. We'd also like to acknowledge Navatas. We'd like to recognise OzArab Medical. So OzArab Medical goes over our aged care and NDIS clients. It is a very challenging position to chair to recognise. Yes. It's not just the larger organisations and businesses, because sometimes the smaller businesses are the most important to our clients. And today we want to recognise M&D gardening. Because for most of our clients, gardening is what they need.
Looks nice.
And last and certainly not least, I wanted to acknowledge a person who supports IWAA out of their own time. You know, they're considered a volunteer. Sometimes they hold the most important role in an organisation, and that's the role of the president of the management committee. You know, our management committee are volunteers. They dedicate their own time to support IWAA. And sometimes when we go through major changes and we have many requests, they support us, they support our initiatives, and they do it with no complaints. So thank you, Muna, for everything you do for us.
I'd love to say a special thank you to Muna. She's my sister, and her hard work for the last 10 years working in volunteer in the management committee. She's not taking the job lightly. She actually worked very hard. You can call her anytime and she's there for us. We went through a hard time, a difficult time, and without her support, we could have not been here today. I really want to thank her, a special thank for her hard work. Before I go back to have my dinner, I would like to thank all IWAA team in Sydney. And I'm very proud of you. I can see you, all young people, start working with IWAA. You, the future of IWAA. So thank you very much, every one of you. Can Brother Ali Murtaza come?
Okay, so while you enjoy dinner, I wanted to welcome coffee-coloured character for some entertainment.
We know that some people get up and have a little shake. We're going to give you a chance to do that. But for now, do something that if you feel like it, you can do it. Surprise, okay? Are you ready? Yes. Okay, are you ready? Yes. Like that. That blew me away. I never think that would bring the Christian thing and the Muslim. That's all I can say. I was open mind.
Thank you very much for a very eventful performance. And that was poppy-coloured characters. Thank you very much. You've raised the bar, so I don't know how everyone's going to meet that. But our next performers are the Napur Dance Group.
Remix. मजामा के ओढ़नी के ओढ़नी के ओढ़नी ओढ़ू ओढ़ू पे उड़ी जाए 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 ओढ़नी ओढ़े ओढ़े रे अखियां मोड़े मोड़े रे ओढ़नी ओढ़े ओढ़े रे अखियां मोड़े मोड़े रे मेरे सीने में कुछ कुछ था You made it la 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 la. You made it la la la.
பார்க்கத்தானே போற இந்த காளியோட ஆட்டத்தை மேல சொடக்கு போட்டு
தமிழ் தெரியாதா? ஹிந்தில
इश्क जैसे है एक आग, इश्क है एक तूफान, इश्क के आगे बेबस है दुनिया में हर इंसान, इश्क में सब दीवाने हैं, इश्क में सब हैरान, इश्क में सब कुछ मुश्किल है, इश्क में सब आसान, देखो करे ये नजारे ये दीवाने ये कमाले हैं, इश्क में कैसे
तुमसे मिलके दिल का है जो हाल क्या कहे, हो गया है कैसा ये कमाल क्या करे, तुमसे मिलके दिल का है जो हाल क्या कहे, हो गया है कैसा ये कमाल क्या करे। तेरी मैं दर्जा कर अखियां बिचों लंबियां बरसातां सारे जिंदगी याद तेरी मैं दर्जा कर अखियां बिचों लंबियां बरसातां
करंट लगा रे मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे मेरा एक्सीलेंट लगा रे मैं नाचा तो सबको
Can all IWAA staff come here, please? All IWAA staff. Can all IWAA staff, everyone work with IWAA? Zainab, George, Minister.
And then any adjustable beds, anything to assist you with any